American diet and become what you already have embarked upon, organic, healthy, health food people. Questions? Yes, sir.
How do you get salmonella from peanut butter?
Pardon?
How do you get the outbreak of salmonella in the peanut butter? How does that happen?
If it's contaminated, it's poison.
Yeah, somebody somewhere along the line let some dirty stuff contaminate it, and
Probably
it
had no dirty chicken in there.
may very well have been. There's no telling.
No joke.
There's no telling. And that's another reason why it pays for you to really look at taking care of yourself, because so many of the people who get sick have weakened immune systems to begin with. It's the difference between being sick for a day or being sick for a week. You know, I can remember when my daughter went off to school and something hit the school, and she called and said, "Dad, could you send me up?" You know, I do a particular product for the immune system. And she said, "Could you send it up to me?" And I said, "Absolutely." So we sent it up next day air. She got it. All of her girlfriends in the dorm, because this is when she first got to school, they were saying, "Oh, come with us, Susanna. Let's go. You know, we'll go to the school nurse. We'll get meds, and you know, we'll all be okay." And Susanna said, "No, I'm gonna. You know, my dad's gonna send me something." Her girlfriends all went to the school nurse. They all got the meds. They were all sick for a week. Susanna missed one day of classes. Then she got what I sent her. It was a done deal. There isn't anything, and I said this earlier, there isn't anything you can't fix in your body if you catch it early enough and you give your body what it needs. And don't buy into the marketing and don't buy into the advertising. You want to know the truth. I tell people, don't believe a word I've said. You know, like the vitamin A thing. Put it to the test. Next time you feel a cold coming on the back of your throat and it bites and it hurts you and you know you're getting sick, come to the store. Go to Michael, go to Lauren, go to Shannon. Tell them you want something, you know, what that crazy guy say, something every hour on the hour. I guarantee you won't get sick. And once you learn to start taking care of yourself at that level, your visits to it will change your mind. It will just give you a different way of looking at things. And I think that's part of what my job is to give you information that can validate a different point of view, a different perception. And I guarantee you that if you work with the nutrients that I've talked about and you do them in meaningful amounts, you'll get the results that I said you would. Guaranteed. Or you can holler at Lauren and Michael, because I won't be here, so it's easy. Yes, sir.
I mentioned colloidal minerals a while ago, and you said you thought this too high, but I'm going to tell you this, too what?
Expensive.
Well, expensive. In '94, up until that time, I'd not really taken supplements or anything else. I'd let the doctors shoot me up with all of the stuff. I had the flu every year. They gave me flu shots, said it wouldn't make me sick, but I'd be sick for a week after. You know, tetanus shot rounds got where my arms swell up from the tetanus shot. '94, I started taking colloidal minerals and vitamin supplements. I have not had a cold or the flu since. I won't let them come close to me with a needle.
Good for you.
I tell them they're all hacks.
Good for you.
You know, and I believe it because, you know, and my library on herbs and all of that sort of stuff continues to grow. And I agree with what you say. But I don't believe colloidal minerals are too expensive, because you'll absorb 98% of what you get in the bottle as opposed to chelated or other type.
Well, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Okay. First off, when colloidal minerals are bound to fulvic acid, which is not necessarily natural to the human body. So one of the things that has to happen is that the mineral is going to come in and it's going to be cleaved so that it can be bound to an amino acid that is appropriate for utilization and assimilation in the body.
That's chelation.
Right, with an amino, where fulvic acid is not. It's bonded, and I think fulvic acid is an organism byproduct, so that takes place. My real issue, more than that aspect, is cost from this point of view. And again, my orientation is that my clientele had no money. I started my company and my practice in McAllen, Texas. We all know where McAllen is, right on the border of Reynosa.
Just
And
little Mexico.
look, yeah, that's what McAllen is. It's a suburb. It really is. It's for the rich Mexicans.
I'm down there about 4 times a year.
Okay. So I learned to do things inexpensively and try to get the most bang for the buck. Tablets will give you more value than any other delivery system. More value. And I'm about value, especially now in these times, because if you go back and you take a look at the colloidal, the gallon jug, and you take a look at the amount of calcium, see how much calcium you're going to get in a tablespoon. And you can get in a tablet 500 milligrams. You'd be hard pressed to get that in a tablespoon. So that's the only thing I think from
Calcium carbonate, you're not going to get much out of it.
That's true. That's true. It's the old dolomite.
Or if it's ferric oxide, you're not going to get any iron. Yes, we'll go lick the rust off railroad track.
We have companies that collect it and put it in. No.
Well,
That's right.
They really do.
Landfills.
Go
No.
into a regular drugstore.
You will
and
never
look at the
find,
shelf.
well, that's drugstores. You'll never find ferric oxide in
I
any
know
product
it.
here.
I know it. I understand that. I'm just saying that, they need to be careful where they go buy it.
Well, that's why I say my approach is look at tablets first, capsules second, liquids third. So that's how I feel about it. Any last minute
We need
questions?
to wrap things up because
Yeah.
we're way past.
It's not. Oh, I can go for another 2 hours,
I know
but I
you
don't
can.
want to. But anyway, if you have any questions, Lauren, Michael, Shannon, if you're interested in my book, I do a radio show on Monday nights on the internet, and it's really based on the book. It's Blog Talk. I thought I didn't bring any. It's Blog Talk Radio. I think we have a flyer around here somewhere. We used to. We'll get one to you. But it's Blog Talk Radio / symbol reader, because symbols are what I do.
No, this is on Google.
Yeah, Blog
The
Talk.
Google bar.
Yeah, I think so. I think you can get it there. But it's Blog Talk Radio is the website.
Okay.
/ symbol reader. I'm on Monday nights,
Oh.
7 o'clock our time, and it's a live call-in show. And and what I'm doing is actually using the book as going through it and going disease at a time. So for what that's worth. Any last minute questions? Yes, ma'am.
What's the office out of now, or what do you do now if you don't do nutritional counseling?
Unfortunately, I run a company, and or the company runs me. I'm not quite sure which yet. We're still having that discussion. But basically, that's how I spend my time. And I do go around and do consumer lectures and staff trainings. The only way that I would go back into counseling, and I am going to go back into counseling, but the only way that I will work with somebody is if we're willing to look at the emotional conflict that created the problem. Because as much as I know about nutrition, I know more about the mind end of illness and how the mind works and how we co-create our reality than I do about nutrition. So that's the only way that I would see people.
Are you out of Austin?
No, I actually live here in town. I'm local, and I may talk to Lauren and Shannon and see about officing in the back maybe one day a week. Since you brought it up, I can throw that out. But it has been on my mind since I brought my book out, and which is one of the reasons why I go. In fact, one of the things you can even do to save money, not even pay me, is Monday night, whatever your issue is, give me a call on the internet and we'll do it right then and there.
They might all come Farmers Market on Fridays. So
Set up a little booth. Thank you.
Thank you so much for it. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you. Thank you all. Be well. Lauren, Michael, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.